Our cities are practically drowning in their own waste. But what if the solution wasn't about getting rid of it, but completely transforming it? Today, we're diving into a really cool system called AliveCycle that does exactly that. It turns the stuff we throw away into a seriously powerful resource.
I mean, it's a simple question, right? You turn on the faucet, you wash your hands, the water goes down the drain, and that's it. Out of sight, out of mind. But where that water actually goes, and more importantly, what it gets mixed with, well, that's the key to understanding a huge, hidden problem in pretty much all of our cities. And that right there is the big idea we're digging into. See, right now, we operate on this old linear model. We take resources, we use them, and then we just dispose of them. This process creates these massive volumes of wastewater and organic waste that cost a fortune to manage. But here's the crazy part. We are literally flushing perfectly good water and valuable nutrients right down the drain. Okay, so to really get this, you have to understand that not all wastewater is the same. It's not even close. On one side, you've got greywater. This is the pretty clean stuff from your showers, laundry, and bathroom sinks. Then, on the other side, you have blackwater. That's from toilets, and it's highly contaminated. The key to this whole thing is unlocking the massive potential of that relatively clean greywater. So, here's the problem in a nutshell. Our plumbing systems are, frankly, a bit dumb. They don't separate these two streams. That pretty clean greywater almost immediately gets mixed in with the really nasty blackwater. And just like that, you've created a much bigger volume of hazardous sewage, and you've completely destroyed any chance of easily recycling that good water. We are essentially contaminating a valuable resource by design. But what if we could just change that design? This is where a whole new way of thinking comes in, a system that completely flips that old broken model on its head. Let's take a look at the AliveCycle system. So what is AliveCycle? In simple terms, think of it as a service that sets up these small, hyperlocal systems to catch waste right where it's made. So instead of sending everything miles away to some giant centralized plant, it treats and reuses resources right on site, whether that's for an apartment complex, a school, or a whole neighborhood. This really gets to the core philosophy. It's a huge shift from a disposal mindset to a recovery mindset. The entire logic is built on one simple, powerful idea. Just stop the valuable greywater from ever touching the blackwater, and you suddenly unlock all of its potential. Okay, so how does this actually work on the ground? Well, the system is smart. It tackles two key waste streams at the same time, water and organic waste. Let's start with the water side of things. The water system is, honestly, an elegant three-step dance. First, the greywater is diverted into its own separate pipes. It's kept clean right from the get-go. Then, it's treated right there on site using filtration and natural biological processes, basically using helpful microorganisms to do the cleaning. And finally, that clean water is immediately ready for things like irrigating local parks and gardens. Simple. And at the exact same time, the organic waste system is doing something very similar. First, oil is separated out from kitchen and food waste. Then, all the good stuff that's left over gets processed into a rich biofertilizer. And you guessed it, that fertilizer is then used to enrich the soil in that very same community. Now, each of these systems is incredibly efficient all on its own. But the real genius, the real magic, is how they connect to create this beautiful, self-sustaining loop. This is the moment where everything just clicks. We've created two incredibly valuable things from waste. We've got clean water, and we've got nutrient-rich fertilizer. So, what happens when you put them together? And here it is. This is where the loop closes. The treated water from the greywater system is used to irrigate the local landscape. The fertilizer from the food waste is used to enrich the soil of that exact same landscape. The healthier soil supports more vibrant local plants. The output of one system literally becomes the input for the other. It is a perfect, local, circular ecosystem where absolutely nothing goes to waste.
So, what does this actually mean when you zoom out and scale it up? Well, this isn't just about clever engineering. This is a blueprint for building more resilient, greener, and genuinely sustainable communities.
So, who does this actually serve? Well, the direct customers are organizations like city governments or big residential societies. But the benefits? They ripple out to everyone. Residents get beautiful green spaces. Students get to learn in healthier, more sustainable environments. And the entire community gets to enjoy a cleaner, better local environment. And we're not just talking about vague, feel-good benefits here.
The impact is real, and it's measurable. We're talking about serious water savings because you're not relying on fresh water. We're talking about a massive amount of waste that's no longer going to landfills. You get healthier groundwater because we're not over-extracting it. And you see overall improvements in public hygiene. These are real, tangible wins.
And it's also really important to know this isn't just a piece of tech you buy and have to figure out yourself. Nope. AliveCycle provides this as a complete end-to-end service. They design it, they build it, and then they operate and maintain it to make sure it's working perfectly for the long haul.
So, let's end with this thought. A model like AliveCycle asks us to make a radical shift in how we think. It asks us to stop seeing waste as a liability, a problem to be managed and hidden, and to start seeing it for what it is, a valuable local resource just waiting to be used. It's a powerful question and a change in perspective that could truly redefine our cities from the ground up.